Well, hello there. I'm inside a container. So today I'm here in the beautiful north coast of São Paulo. It's another beach. Sometimes I used to surf here. So I found this place which is up in the hills a little bit. You have a very good view of the coast, the sea. And there's a swell coming. So it just arrived today. And the wind is very, very strong. Sometimes it's a little bit rainy, and I'm super excited to do some more seascape photography today. So now it's about 3:30 p.m. and I just arrived, so I'm just gonna grab my stuff, my camera and my tripod, and I will go down to the beach, and hopefully there will be some good seascape photography. And I want to try today a new technique. Well, it's not new. I have never tried that way. I'll tell you about it a little bit more later. So it's really clouded now, but it doesn't matter. I'm gonna try a few different techniques down there in the beach. Let's see the outcome of this. So enough of talking, so let's shoot something. Of course, there's swell in the area, so I brought my surfboard. Maybe tomorrow morning catch some waves. There's a great view from up here, where you can see the whole beach, the whole coast, and also kind of it's a division between two beaches, Barraqueçaba and Guaica. There's also this nice little trail here where you can go up further in the coast. It's worth a look. So looking down here, the waves are huge, and the swell came very strong, and so it's not really good for surfing, but it's good for seascape photography and long exposure photography, because for any effects on your long exposure photography you need something moving, and that's what we have today: clouds moving and water moving. So from this side, Barraqueçaba, then you have here the trail, and then you have here Guaica. But I won't be shooting from up here. I will go down to the right side of Guaica beach, trying to find some compositions there. We'll see. Oh man, looks like there's almost no space of sand anymore. There's just a tiny little bit of sand there. Well, in any case, I just brought my boots, my wellies, so might give it a try. Let's go shoot something. It's completely out of control. Did you see the size of that turtle? So this beach is monitored by Instituto Argonauta, so they take care of all the sea animals here, like turtles or birds, fish, whales. Pretty cool. believe it or not, I've just arrived here at the beach and I just found a composition here using these branches here from this tree, and also here I'll try to capture a long exposure with the water movement here, like receding or coming, I don't know. So I'm using my Canon 5D Mark IV, my tripod, and 1740mm lens. It's huge. There's almost no sand path to go to the right side of the beach. It's completely insane. Oh, and if you don't follow me in Vero yet, please take a look at the link in the description. Okay, so I just framed my composition, and now all I have to do is to have patience, enjoy the stormy sea, and wait for the moment that the wave arrives. So I will be using a 6-stop ND filter, and that's it. There's a trunk here in the middle. It wasn't there. It was at that side, and the tide just came in and put it exactly into the middle of the frame. I find it good. I think I will use it as a composition. A good start. Well, I did this photo horizontally, landscape format, so now I will try to do vertically in portrait mode, so I can try to, I don't know, maybe capture a little bit more of this movement around this lost trunk here, and also try to get the branches in a way that the composition feels harmonic. It's a game of patience. I've tried another composition now, still using the wide angle lens, still using that trunk here, it's still here, but now I'm only using the branches and the trunk and the water movement. The earlier photo I was using also the tree as an element. So I want to simplify even more the composition. This one also, I believe it will be good monochrome. Seriously, the waves are so powerful that this trunk here got carried away by the tide, so it keeps moving its position, and I have also to change my position with the camera to reframe, so it's difficult. It's windy, it's stormy, but it's good. I liked the last photo. It was very energetic. You could feel the swell coming in the photo. So I love seascapes. I love long exposure. It's a way of therapy for me being here. And now I'm going to walk straight to the right corner of the beach. Well, during this walk, let's see what we can find. I just stopped here. There is this rock, and there's almost no more space here in the sand, because when the tide comes in, it goes up to my knee, the water. So it's really, I'm not sure if I'm going to the right side, because I'm afraid I can go back because of the tide. The tide is still coming, so it's getting higher. So I'm thinking about doing this photo here, like top down, and wait for the water movement to produce, I don't know, I thought about this, there's like a foam here, look. So it's good contrast between this dark sand and the rock, and the dark rock, and also the water movement. So I guess this will be just fine. So I'm pointing my camera down. Shit! Holy shit! In such a way that it can, it's almost 45 degrees. So I'm getting these movements here of the water. The water is receding into the ocean. It's pretty cool. But sometimes the foam gets stuck on the rock, and it gets completely white, so you can't see the rock. So I have to wait for a big wave come and clean it up. Well, again, I'm using a 6-stop ND filter and ISO 100, and all the and my shutter speed is between half a second and 1 second. I'm completely soaked. Due to the rising tide, I don't think I can make it to the right side of the beach. Holy shit. It's really dangerous right now. The waves are coming with a lot of strength, so I don't think I'm gonna make it to the right side. Nope, not gonna make it. The wind speed has increased. There's a rising tide. In this kind of condition, with the swell coming in, it's really dangerous out there. Morning, everyone. So today we have a completely different condition here. The waves are still pumping, but it's not as messy as yesterday. It's not so stormy, and also the tide is a little has retreated quite a lot. So judging by the size of the waves and the path here that of the sand that leads to the right side, I believe that there's good condition for shooting on the right side today. So that's what I'm going to try. Let's go. Also, the sky is a lot clearer today, but there are some regions where you can still see some clouds. The weather is clearing, so I think it's just a matter of time before it gets better. So You do remember yesterday when I told you about the new technique that I'm going to try. Today I think is a good day to try this technique. I'm gonna show you in a bit. What I will do for this technique is to do a series, maybe 4 photographs in long exposure, but for each photograph the camera will be in the same place, and I will do multiple long exposure. So I will do 4 photos, and then I will merge them using the camera with the multiple exposure feature. First, I'm going to use it in the same focal length, and then I'm going to change it from photo 1 to photo 4. I'm going to zoom in. You see what I'm talking about? There are some photos like this one where I do like I zoom in or zoom out while I'm doing a long exposure, and it creates this this effect, this movement effect. So what I'm trying to do here is different from this. I will zoom in or zoom out for each photo. So for example, now I am at 17 millimeters. So I'm doing 17, maybe 21, 28 and 40 millimeters. And we'll see the results on the merged photo. What I have done here is to let my multiple exposure on. I have set it to average and 4 photos. And also I will save the source images, all images. So with that, if anything goes wrong, or if I didn't like the result from the averaging on the camera, I can always come back and use them on Photoshop, for example, and merge them as layers and change their opacity or blending mode. So the tide now is receding, and I'm going to try the same focal length, 4 photos, long exposure. It's I'm not using any filters for now because it's still dark. And the thing here is just to try different things, you know, try different techniques, explore a little more. I don't know if the results are going to be good, but I'm going to try it. Okay, so I'm doing shorter, longer exposures. So now I'm going to try also shorter, long exposures, but by changing the by zooming in. So I'm in 17 millimeters, so I'm going to zoom in each photo until reach 40 millimeters. Now I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to zoom out. So I'll start at 40 millimeters and I will zoom out until 17 millimeters. I'm gonna be honest with you, I really didn't like the results. But the important thing is to try. So you have to get out and try different things. Another thing I'm going to try now is the same technique, but I'm going to use it right that way, or possibly that way, which is there's a high contrast here between the trees and this region here, which is very, very bright. So I'm trying to do the zooming technique again, but this time I'm going to use it here. So for this shot I'm using ND Grad 4 stops because the sky is much brighter than this part here in the shadows, just to balance out the exposure. It's good to try new things, even if the results don't come out as you expect. But I think there's potential. There's potential for this technique. the image looks like it's almost an ICM, but not exactly an ICM. So what I'm going to try to do now is, if you take a closer look, the sky is clearing here in the horizon. So I'm going to try to use a telephoto lens, and I will try to get a more intimate seascape by focusing on the clouds and on the waves that are further away, and try to do the same technique. One thing that I'm doing is for each photo, I'm refocusing, and also before pressing the shutter, I will check in my live view, in my screen, if the frame is not completely a mess. So I'm doing this, I'm now with a 70-200 lens, and so for 70 millimeters I check the frame, and for 200 millimeters I will also check the frame to see if it's good. And now, since the sky is much brighter, I will have to use an ND filter, a 6-stop ND filter. It gives this ethereal look. It's not too bad, really, but I think there's room for improvement. Instead using a 6-stop ND filter, I'm going to use now a 10-stop ND filter and do the same. So I don't know what the results will be, but I think it will be even more ethereal. The waves will be smoother, and also the clouds in the sky. So let's try it out. By using the 10-stop ND filter, the exposure time goes up to 30 seconds. So each frame is 30 seconds. So I just noticed a few clouds moving in on this mountain here, and I'm trying to do a long exposure, trying to capture the clouds movement and also the water movement here on the shoreline. So I'm trying different exposures, like 30 seconds, 2 minutes, until you see whichever pleases me more. For this set of photos, I'm using a graduated ND filter, 3 stops, and I'm also using a 10-stop ND filter. Well, I think that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like it, don't forget to hit the like button. Subscribe if you aren't already. And please go out, try new things, shoot something. And that's what photography is all about. I'll see you in the next video.